What's up, everybody? Welcome. It's Tuesday here on the Edge of Tech, and pretty much everywhere else in the world, it's Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. And we are here again. I usually don't stream on Tuesdays, but we're here. We are early, and I thought we would check this bad boy out. Blasto, it is a great day in Milwaukee. I spent all day in the hospital where I work. I got a little bit of the nice weather on the way home, and then I'm back here. So we'll see if I have any time after this to enjoy it. I'm not sure what's up with my voice. What's going on? Hopefully I sound okay. Do I? I don't know. Do I? I don't know. Is there some? Give me a second. Is that any better? Sounds deep. Ooh. Let's see. Is that any better? I love it. I don't have a cold, but maybe my mic is crazy. I'm not sure. Give me a second. I'll unplug it and we'll plug it back in. We'll see. Oh, it's better? Okay. Then I won't touch it. Anti-helium, that's right. Maybe I should start talking like this. Anyways. All right, it's better. Good. It is super hot in my basement. I'm not sure what's going on with my voice. Maybe Tim took over my computer from Tim from TH3D and to turn on his voice modulation. I'm not sure. Nice. Well, I'm glad we're better now. Maybe it was just a driver thing. I switched the mic in the settings, and then I went back to this one, and it sounds good. Sounds all Barry White. Nice. I am starting super early, so I don't want to prolong this. We've been teasing it for a couple days now. So this, I hope, is what's known as a Creality Ender 5. I am not sure if that's what it is or not, because if you look right here, it does say Creality Ender 5, but it should be the Ender 5 Pro is what I should have got. So I'm not sure if this is the Ender 5 or Ender 5 Pro. It literally got delivered less than an hour ago. But there is a sticker, and it's right here, that does say Ender 5 Pro on it. So we are going to find out. I can tell you officially the box is not relabeled because, I'm not sure. And WFO Rider, it is the Pro, not the Plus. So it did come in a giant Amazon box that was like this long and this tall with like a layer of paper. So I'm not sure what the Amazon box was doing. It probably would have just bounced all around. But we're going to find out, Tony, for sure. And I don't want to delay it too much. I did want to get into a couple things because when I posted this, I posted it across the Facebook pages, on Twitter, on all my social medias. And some people were like, wait, we've never heard of this. I think this is not a real thing. Maybe it's, a reseller adding parts to it, stuff like that. And I can tell you officially, Jake, that's actually not correct. Officially, I can tell you it is the Ender 5 Pro. And if we look right here, it is officially on Creality's website now. Ender 5 Pro, silent board pre-installed. And if you scroll down, it'll tell you everything it's supposed to have. It's supposed to have a metal extruder, the Capricorn tubing, even though their pictures don't show Capricorn tubing. And it's supposed to have the metal extruder, the better board. There's the Capricorn there, the extruder. But so I got this, actually, I ordered it straight from Amazon. Here's the order. And I ordered it on October 5th, right? So I ordered it, 3 days ago. And You know, I don't think it was. Well, I don't not think it wasn't. It was not on the Creality website yet until today. It got released on their website today. I can tell you, it's not a part of their main screens unless they changed them in the last half hour. There's the 5 Plus, but that's not a Pro, and that's it. But if you go here to Ender, right here, Ender 3 Pro. I'm sorry, Ender 5 Pro. And again, I bought it straight from, and this is Lux and Watts. I bought it straight from Lux and Watts on Amazon on the 5th. So I did purchase this. Full disclosure, Lux and Watts refunded my money so I could do the promotion and unboxing and show everybody the printer. But this has a lot of the same pictures you see in that Creality website. So I know they're working together, and I know it is being brought out. You know, I think it's exclusive for Lux and Watts and maybe one other reseller, and there's tight stipulations on who can sell it and where. But I can tell you, Chris wants to know if it comes with the blue cutters. I love that. Yeah, 3D Jimmy, I'm not sure. We're gonna find out in a minute if it has dual Z motors. But I can tell you this: it's supposedly an Ender 5 Pro. Again, box says Ender 5, does not say Pro yet. And this sticker right here does say Ender 5 Pro on it. But I got to tell you, I'm happy to have it. I'm hoping it's the Pro model, and I'm hoping they really did add the stuff they said they're going to add, because it's going to be awesome when we unload it. So courtesy of Lux and Watts, thank you so much for letting me get this out there. I really appreciate that. To my knowledge, I am the first one. I don't know if I'm the first one to have it. I'm not sure about that, but I know I'm the first one to be able to advertise it besides Lux and Watts, and also to make a video. And they did give me the go-ahead a couple days ago to start, to start building the video up as far as hyping it up and stuff. So let's find out. I think it's time to cut this thing open, and let's see what it really came with. My fingers are crossed that it's really, yeah, 3D Jimmy. There is an Ender 5 out there. I think someone made a dual Z kit for. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it was this one, but I know there was a couple people out there that did the dual Z kits. Steven the Lightspeed, it is not. It's supposed to be an Ender 5 Pro. So what this is supposed to be is a standard Ender 5. So you get all the standard stuff with the magnetic build surface and the cube and all that. The same size. It should be 220 by 220 by 250, or I'm sorry, by 300 is what they advertise. I believe I set all mine to 235 to 235 by 250. Yes, I have a knife. True story, Robbie Mack. True story. But yeah, this should be an Ender 5 with some fun stuff. We're going to find out. It's going to be great. So I'm going to pop this thing open. I know I don't have the best camera angles for this yet. When we get to the new area out there, we will for sure. So I'm going to toss stuff like I normally do. And right away, I can tell you something's different. Because I'll turn that towards you. Let's see if I can do this without spilling everything. So there's a book right here that says Ender 5 Pro Guidebook. That is a good sign. And you can't really see it, kind of, but this red right there, that's going to be the metal extruder that they pictured. So it looks like we did get a different model. It's promising. I'm hoping. So far, so good. So I'm going to start unboxing this thing. We'll just lay parts out like we did. So I have done 2 Ender 5 build videos now. Both are, live as far as live goes. Both of them have been return Ender 5s that have been given to me. One from Creality and one from Lux and Watts. And this particular one, like I said, the book does say Ender 5 Pro. So that's cool. I'm curious to see what they changed in the book too. Right away on the top, we got the screen and the extruder. So this looks like their standard metal extruder. It is their standard metal extruder, but what they did was they actually put a metal plate to attach it to the frame. The T-nuts are already in there, and otherwise it is the standard metal red extruder that they sell. I like that it's the metal extruder. I don't like that they use the bad PTFE couplers. They have the plastic teeth in them still, but I would have preferred if it was that dual gear extruder that they have. That would have been great. But let's keep moving. So the next thing we have, there we go. I'm just going to leave that on the foam right there. So that was our Z axis. There we go. So I do see blue PTFE tubing, which probably indicates that it is Capricorn tubing. So let's grab that out of there. And I can show you that right here. You can see the blue. Let's see. There we go. You can kind of see the blue tubing there. So it looks like it is Capricorn tubing. That's a good thing. And it is also the same hot end. So just so y'all know, it's the same hot end. I'm going to set this right down here in the interest of space. So yeah, it's currently, if you go, someone just asked, Steven asked how much it was. If you are a Prime member and you use my link in the description below, full disclosure, that's an affiliate link. I get like 1% or whatever if you do buy it. But this is right here. It is $3.99, and if you click this button, if you're a Prime member, it gives you $50 off. It brings it down to $3.49 currently. So I don't know how long that's going to stay. But I can tell you, if the regular Ender 3, I'm sorry, the regular Ender 5, if I could talk today, let's go look. So I'm going to bring that back up. So we are on Creality's page here. Let's just go to Ender 5, 322, Ender 5 Pro, 379. So if you found the Ender 5 on Amazon and it was 320 or 349 for this one, I would 100% go with this one, even if it was 300 and 349, because that board, the silent board, that as long as that's what it comes with, the silent board is already $45 or $40 if you can find it sometimes on sale. I added the upgrades up, and I did that yesterday for somebody in chat. I think it was almost $400 if you added them all up from their site. Nope, you didn't cancel anything. Or you didn't miss anything. You had to cancel a layer shift, you said. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the Ender 5 is already an awesome machine. I absolutely love my Ender 5s. I have 2 of them currently. This is going to be 3. So, same thing. We have the yellow springs in here. Looks like the same build mat, except for right away, I can tell you the magnet is peeled up. I don't know if you can see that or not. but I'll have to press that down, or maybe when I heat it up the first time, it'll stick better. But the magnet was peeled up a little bit on the plate, but that's not a big deal. All right, next. Yeah, this would definitely be a savings. If it comes with everything it says it comes with, this would definitely be a savings over buying the standard Ender 5 and adding these things to it. Also in the description, I would hit Deluxe and Watts. If you're going to check this out, when I talked to them last night, they told me they had 50 of these, and that's it right now, from Lux and Watts, and they were going to get hopefully another shipment soon. But I know that was last night, and that was I'm sorry, that was yesterday, actually, before I started posting all of my posts. And so I'm not sure if anyone purchased them since then. Actually, it's pretty I didn't see if they responded. I asked them right before the stream, but I think she's not awake right now. So anyways, but last I heard, they had 50 of these. And at that $349 price, if you can get it at that price on Amazon, man, that's $349 shipped, just like Steven said. This is going to be a heck of a deal, as long as it comes with everything it's supposed to, right? So next, I hope so, 3D Jimmy. So extrusions, like always, that was an Ender 3 thing. So when I unpack, I don't even know why I did that. When I unpack the Ender 3s, I always dump out the Z screw right away, because it's inevitable that I drop it if I don't. And I just did that, not even thinking. Yeah, you could put mirror on this. I know there was a lot of discussion on Facebook about dual Z and the stability of the plate. The last video we did last week, I think it was last week when we built the other one, or maybe it's the week before, we talked a lot about the upgrades you can print to actually build or to make the plate stable. And I've never had issues yet, but I know some people do. And I think if you put glass on it, you definitely want to print those brackets, the braces. But I am going to be printing those because, for one, I like how they look, and for two, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So another cool thing, another mini spool of the white. I appreciate the mini spool, because when you're brand new and you've never done this before, you bought a printer, you're excited, and then you get the little tiny, piece of filament wind. That sucks, because you barely have anything. At least with the mini spool, you can actually print. Brian Baker's in the house. How you doing, Brian? Corey Mack, the know-it-all. How you guys doing? So nice on the mini spool. Not my favorite filament, but I appreciate the mini spool as long as we can, print something meaningful. But we don't need that right now. We'll just throw it. And last but not least, what most of us are waiting to dig into, we have the board. There we go. So I'm going to toss this over here real quick just so it's out of my way. And I think we'll start building this pretty quick here. In the chat, let me know before I build it. Should I pop this cover? Let's see what's inside. See if they put the board in. And Tony, true story. Thank you. Tony said, hold the cover nice and don't break the fan. This is a box of fans. I replaced that fan with one of those. So just looking real quick, they're all labeled nice. I don't see one that, oh, it does. For my friend Andrew S, we have, where's the other one? My favorite, Fun 1 and Fun 2. So on the wiring, instead of fan, I believe it says fun. And that's my favorite. That is funny right there. Something else that I noticed is kind of different. If I turn this around, you notice anything? Let's see. I don't know how I can show you. Can you see that ribbon cable? See that color? There's many colors. It's on both sides. That's interesting because all the other ones I have, any of the other ones I have, are that white color. Chris is in the house. He's hooking up Andrew S for us. Check the SD card now. I'm sure this one will be fine. I'm just looking. They did upgrade the panel, which is super cool. So the panel actually says Ender 5 Pro on it. I should do that for a thumbnail, right? No. But yeah, Ender 5 Pro right on there. So that is sweet. So they did put some thought in. It's not what a lot of people thought, where they just thought some resellers were like, hey, pop some extra parts in here. We're going to call it a Pro and throw it out. This is more like the Ender 3 Pro so far. But with this one, you get the board. You never got that in the Ender 3 Pro before. You did get the metal extruder on the Ender 3 Pro. They went with a magnetic plate, but the Ender 5 has always had that. So Capricorn, that was another good thing. 3D, I've been framed, yes. All right, we're going to pop this bad boy open. I can see through the grate right here. It's a Landy power supply. Oh, Quartermac, everybody says check inside. We're going to do that. We're doing that for sure. And I just got a new toolkit, so I need to figure out, because I don't want to dig out the Allen wrenches that came with it, That would be way too easy. All right, so what do we got here? I think we're going to be this one. Winner. This new toolkit's supposed to flip open and all that, but apparently I flipped it open too hard. Yeah, I definitely did. Too bad. I'll get over it. Let's get this thing going. Yeah, the dots and the printers. We're gonna find out too, Blasto. I'm not sure. So we'll pop this open. The first thing we're gonna do, I just want to make sure we got the 115 silent board. Although it is kind of hard to tell you for sure if it's a silent board, because their drivers are not removable and they glue with that, with the heat. They paste, heat paste, whatever. They glue those heat sinks on. And I really rather not take those off. It flipped you off, yeah. Brian Baker. Solid industrial power supply. Yeah. I think Landy is a good, I'm sorry, Meanwell, very good. I use those on my Ender 3s because I didn't get the Pros originally. I haven't changed one of these to a Meanwell, but at least this is a Landy. It's not the ones that came with the original Ender 3s or anything. At least that's better than that. Oh, you guys are funny. And comparing these to cars, huh? I guess it really depends on what you drive. So it's the same fan, and it is the same black Creality V115 board that I just installed in the other one on my video last week. So Bruce uses zip ties. I'm going to bring this around and I'll show you guys closer, just so we can all see that it is the black Creality 115 board in there. Hopefully you can read that. So that should be the silent board. Again, we can't really tell. Oops. We can't really tell until we turn it on, because I can't identify those steppers. But I don't think the standard 115 boards are black. I could be wrong with that though. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's get this put back on. So we know we have a Landy power supply. It is 24 volt, I believe 270 watts. And for those of you who are asking, I did not bring my cat. I did not let my cats to come down this time. No cats today. They're hiding upstairs. Mostly because they were being very loud when I got home, and I didn't want that to disturb us, you know. So I'll put this back on, and we'll get this thing built quick. You know, I don't intend to make this a crazy long stream or anything like that. It's really just about showing the Ender 5 Pro. It exists. It's a real thing. Yeah, I believe the standard one. You're right. I'm going to double check that because I couldn't find it on the Landy, Brian. But it should be whatever comes standard. I can tell you the other two Ender 5s I have the same Landy power supply in them. But I think on the top, on the cover of this, it actually said like 270 watts or something like that. Chris, she's not. She usually does band practice on Thursday nights. So that's really weird that I'm streaming tonight or during the week at all. But Bernie, yeah, you're right. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can't, but my other Ender 5 is actually running right over this way, printing a last minute print for my sister. And this is the one I put the silent board in, and it's awesome. First layer for the win. I love it. I don't know. Did I miss something that he said, or did he say is that what you're talking about, the standard power? So on the front of this is where I got this from. It says model number Ender 5, tells you the build size, the machine size, machine power 270 watts. That doesn't mean that's the size of that Landy, though. I might have to check that out. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Now it's bothering me. I'm pretty sure you're right. Oh yeah, it's the LRS 350. So you're right. It is the 350 watt power supply. I just had to pay attention a little closer. Yeah, it is though. LRS, what I say? It's the LRS-350. So it should be 350. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you. So let's do this. Like I said, I don't want to make this all crazy and then keep everybody here all night. You know, that is funny, Brian. It is. I can show you if you want me to tear it apart again. But it definitely says Landy LRS-350. And I can't see the rest of it because, you know, mostly because there's a case right there. But that is, I believe, the same as the I don't have a Meanwell closer. I grab it as the Meanwell part number. So maybe they're borrowing part numbers. It could be. It could be a cloner. So in the box, we have everything packed really nice. Standard tools, spatula. Let's see. Zip ties. And yes, the blue snipper. Got to have the blue snipping tool, right? Someone earlier, I remember, someone earlier asked. That's all. Said that's all they wanted to know. Another bag with all the bolts, or a bunch of the bolts. We have the power cord, spool holder. So the spool holder did come with the bolts and the T-nut on it, but it appears that it had fallen off in shipping. So that's cool. For a stealth sheet, I'm not sure. I need to do a video about that. I know Chuck Hellebuck did. There's your spatula, by the way. Chuck Hallebuck did a video on the magnetic bed pulling away, and I believe when he did his video, he was pulling it this way. How much force does it take to pull the bed off this way? But what I would like to see or do is how much force it takes the bed to lift in a single spot or multiple, because that's the issues with some of these beds that do not, hold as well, as when you get a full bed and it starts to curl, right? I've seen this sheet bubble or come up a little bit in that spot. And that will cause, that's going to cause your curling to be worse. It could cause your print to come off. Thank you, Brian. He says, let me drop that up there for us. There we go. Yes, you are correct on that. And thank you for throwing that out for everybody. Brian, are you still tied up with no printers right now? Whoa, that was weird with the zoom there. Funny. Are you still tied up with no printers, Brian? I know we were talking about that before. Hey, Sean, how you doing? Yeah. Jake, you're right. I want to do a video. I'm not saying his video is flawed, but I do know that I want to do a video on the beds upward, coming up. I think that's a big thing. All right, let's get this plastic off. Hopefully I didn't cut towards myself that time, right? Oh, no. The other end of the country till the 15th. Heck, I'll be back from Earth by then. Yes, Bernie, Chuck is pretty cool. Nice guy. I met him met him once, a couple different occasions one time. I agree, Brian. I'm not sure if you did see Chuck's video or Chep's video on how he tested the magnetic bed, though. And I agree with you. It's the magnetic field that is causing, issues. But I also think, it would be interesting to know how many pounds it would take to pull it. Oh, no. You forgot your passport. Have someone overnight it to you. And I'll meet you there this weekend. I'll be there. My wife and I will be at Earth Saturday and Sunday, obviously. We won't be coming in until Saturday morning, though. Very early Saturday we fly out. So I'm just looking at the book real quick. It's different. The last one I had, was kind of a fold-out thing. Nice. So this book is it's actually a little nicer. Shows, all the parts of the printer and how to tear it down, which is kind of cool. It's actually a kind of a waxy paper, so it's a little bit thicker. So let's get this thing going together. So what do we think so far? So far I can confirm it definitely has the metal extruder. I wish it was the dual gear one, but it's not. But that's okay. It's still the metal one. It has the Capricorn tubing, and we definitely confirmed that it has the 115 board. I'm assuming it's the silent board. We'll know when we turn it on, right? But what do we think so far? For currently on Lux and Watts' website, on Lux and Watts' page on Amazon's website, you can use the link in the description below. It's on sale for $349 after a $50 discount. I think if you could find it for that, especially with this stuff, because the Ender 5 is great by itself. If it was between an Ender 3 and an Ender 5 for someone brand new and they had the money, I would tell them the Ender 5 every time. I love my Ender 3s. Don't get me wrong. But the Ender 5 is just nice. It's more sturdy. It's easier to build, way easier to build, as far as that goes. Hey, Brian. Hey, thank you so much for swinging by. I appreciate it, and drive safe. Val, I think you're right. They did tick a lot of the boxes. I'm going to grab this sheet of paper to put all my bolts on here. Hey, look at that. I know this is going to sound really silly, but individually packaged bolts, right? And every single one of them came with those little lock washers on them. So I don't have to dig through them and put them on. I know that sounds so super weird and super silly, but that is a really cool thing, because that means they're not just tossing the parts in the bags. They're taking the time to put those lock washers on before they threw the stuff in the bag. And I like that. Nice. Curmudgeon, that's good stuff. All right, so what do I need? I need a different bit. Get rid of this. All right. There you go. Well, I can confirm my new bit kit here does not have the right size bit, so I'm going to grab it. Luckily, I have another one right here. It's the one I usually use. And I'm just going to hide off of camera until I find it. There we go. Perfect. So I got this little this little mini driver kit. It was the deal of the day, a lightning deal for like $485 or that $489 or something. Val said you were getting ready to order an Ender 5 on the website. I saw this listed, and I saw you were doing a build for fortuitous. Exactly. No candy on this one. I wish they would. Not even 3D Jimmy, not even a fortune cookie. Not today. Yeah, in 20, like you said, about 27 more bucks or whatever it is, more than the Ender 5. Man, this so far, this thing it would be checked on my list. Sean, have a good one. I don't know. I'm going to try to get this thing put together pretty quick, but hopefully we'll see you soon anyway. Eccentric late. Eccentric nut is late. Nah, not too bad. So we've gone over that it does come with a metal extruder. It is an Ender 5 Pro. It does say that right on the board here. And so far it has Capricorn tubing, and it has the 115 board in it. Whether that is the silent one, we have yet to find out, but I'm sure they wouldn't. Hopefully they wouldn't just give us one, right? So I'm going to start putting this thing together. Let's see if I can remember. If I remember right, where's those holes? There we go. Let's go like that and like that. I'm hoping no blue smoke. Let's go with no blue smoke today. That would be very sad for a brand new printer, right? Not saying it never happened before, but I would be sad. So, this is not the Ender 5 Plus, which I would love to have. But it's the Ender 5 Pro, and I need to do this a different way because I can't see professional smoke. I do have that. I have 4 fog machines for my other business, and I can tell you one of them it puts out 25,000 cubic feet a minute of smoke, and it's enough to get your attention. There we go. Ooh. Blue smoke. That is funny. That was a good one. Who said that? Val? That is pretty funny. So just like all the other ones I've done, I'm not going to tighten these completely down until we get it all in. I'm just going to get them on so they're stable. So I just realized, and I got to look at my other ones to see if that's true too, but there's little black caps on the ends of all the little extrusions, and they actually say Creality on them. Not sure if that's the same for my other ones. I've never noticed it before. Too funny. Too funny, kid. So, so far, any questions? I know most of us have seen what it has. Doing pretty good for the build so far. I mean, I can't complain. It's so far as advertised. It is real, so that's good. We know... yeah, that's funny. So we know that it is on Creality's website. So for the people that were a little concerned as far as not seeing it on Creality's website, be concerned no more. It is on there. I will check that next, 3D Jimmy. But yeah, it's officially on Creality's website as of today, even though I started advertising it 2 days ago. But I was given the okay to do that. First thing before building. Have a drink and hope there's no smoke. So 3D Jimmy, heads up, it was on 2:30. We would have got to it, but I appreciate that. Adam in 3D, how you doing? So while we're building this, any other questions about it so far? I mean, I don't know a ton yet. Maker's Mashup. That is funny. I'm not sure who's talking on the Maker Mashup channel right now, but if you have not seen their stuff, go check out their channel. They built a couple of really cool printers. And they were on the community showcase a couple weeks ago. I still got to get my Milwaukee Maker Faire videos done here. I have not done that. But there we go. One more. As long as these are all in the ends. Uh-oh. This one I got to redo. So these all have to have, there's a hole in the top of this extrusion. You can kind of see it through my face there. And this one, I put it on the bottom. Talking and not paying attention. But at least I caught it now and not when I'm trying to put the top on. Milwaukee Maker Faire was great, Shane. It was a lot of fun and a lot of people. Nice. Oh, 247 Hinky, I totally get it. He was on the show last night on my community showcase show. He's getting ready for Earth, and he told us before the show that he's actually tearing everything down right after that stream. He 3D Jimmy, you're right. Right after the stream, he was tearing all of his cameras and everything down to get it ready to go to Earth because they're going to be streaming almost the whole thing or the whole thing there. Whoa. I'm hoping no smoke, so we're going to go with no smoke. But I will admit that I had my first oops moment with a filament spool. I'm usually really careful, and I let go when I was cutting the end of one. I accidentally let it go, and I didn't notice, but it got caught under the next row. So later on in that print, it tightened down and stopped extruding. Totally my fault. Lesson learned, and hopefully I'll never do that again, right? It's Rob. Nick is still working. Sounds good. I just saw that. Yeah, well, one time what I should do is I should set one of my smoke machines down here. And then when, and then when I fire one of these things up, I should hit the button and it'd be like, it just, takes over the whole room here or something. That would be hilarious. So, there we go. So if you're joining us a little bit late so far, we have a metal extruder. We have Capricorn tubing, and what we're assuming is we could do a laser light show. What we're assuming is a Creality 115 silent board. We opened it up. We checked out the board. It looks like the same board that I just put in another video I did last week. Get some lighting to go. Oh, I have plenty of lighting. What's funny, you can't see them, but right here, there's actually a truss bar with a bunch of pars, and that's what lights up my bar normally. So it's a bunch of par lights, like stage lighting essentially, and they're LEDs, so they're all multicolor. All right. Will Smith will appear and take me out for a Guinness. I'm not sure about that, but hey, if Will Smith appeared, I would gladly go for a Guinness with him. It is getting warm down here, I can tell you that though. So, next on the list, it tells me to put the top on. So I'm glad that we fixed that extrusion here. So the top is here. And from my previous ones, I know that this is the front of the printer, or where your box is here. The rear of the printer sits in the back, and that's where your stepper motor goes, right here. So if you're looking at the orientation, it looks like that. Stepper motor on this side, front of the printer on this side. We have sound. I didn't see what HVAC did. I hope there's sound. Let me know. By the way, how you doing, Sergio? Good. I'm glad. I'm not making fun of you, but I'm glad it was you and not me this time. Apparently I started the stream sounding like, I don't know. These guys said I sounded like something crazy. Uh-oh, you know what? Where is it? There it is. Interesting. There we go. So this thread is kind of tight, but it loosened up. There we go. When I was putting this one in, I thought maybe, just maybe, it was not cut right. So I'm not tightening these, just like always as well. I will come back and tighten them. I just want to make sure we're square before we do that. Saturday, yes, it's going to be awesome. Looks slanted like that. No. I think last time we built one was a week or two ago. We thought that the bed was, well, that's weird. There we go. We thought that the bed was really slanted on it. I actually checked it out afterwards. It wasn't, but it looked like it on the video. It was really weird. So before I started posting, had anybody heard about the Ender 5 Pro? I'm just curious. Belt's tight. Haven't looked yet. Like I said, before I started posting, I know I bombed all the Facebook groups, and I just wanted to get the word out. I'm not sure if there's any or many people here right now from Facebook, but if you are, thank you for coming. Luke did not tip me off. I don't think Luke knew, actually. Uh-oh. There's a downfall of this cheap little thing, too. I don't think it gets tight enough to tighten. Teaching Tech, how you doing, Michael? Ooh, you're playing with a laser. That sounds like a great time right there. I saw your newest video on the laser. It seems like it could be a fun project to get into. I just need a better place to do it, not in my basement. Working on my garage right now, so maybe when we get that done, I'll have to pick your brain about doing a laser. And I will get a time and date for you when I'm done with this stream tonight as well. But thank you for popping in. I appreciate that. It has got to be semi-early in the morning for you guys, right? I think you're on holiday, I believe. Maybe. What's funny is when I talked to a couple of people, not many people knew about it either. I thought, it would be a cool thing to do as well. I thought that bringing out a Ender 5 with the upgraded parts already on it would be really cool. And what's funny is I just did that video last week with putting the 115 silent board in to an Ender 5. And those were the comments I was getting. Hey, why doesn't Creality just do this from the factory? And I have had to not talk or say, yeah, I agree, because I couldn't say, sure, it's already coming. But it was already coming. But I think it's really cool. I think it's great that they did it, especially with the metal extruder and the Capricorn. You don't have to do that. That's things you don't have to do in the future. Michael Burney says, thanks for the videos. Yes. Thank you so much for the videos. I think we all appreciate them very greatly, because I know when I started, I was watching the Teaching Tech videos pretty much religiously, trying to get my first Ender 3 dialed in. I have to check the square of this thing. I know this bar top is interesting, a little bit wobbly, but I'll check the square on this. Nice. So while we're going, like I said, anybody have any questions? I know we're kind of rocking and rolling, and I'm trying to pay attention to chat as much as I can, but I'm trying to get this built so it's not a 14-hour stream. Even though we do like 14-hour streams sometimes. Oh, let's see. Chris Gulata, he says, at Teaching Tech, I ordered the second Core XY thanks to your video. That's awesome, man. That did look like a really cool printer. My wife still has I'm not allowed to buy a printer policy currently. And I'm lucky with this one because, again, Lux and Watts was kind enough to give it to me. Their description is their link is in the description below. So if you want to check these out, do it. I mean, at $349 with Amazon Prime, I just don't know how you get a better Ender 5 than what they did with the upgrades. Now, if they did the dual gear extruder, I would have preferred that. That was a cool upgrade. But what they did put in, it's it's worth way more than $349. I mean, so far. So what are we doing next here? Looks like they want us to put in this part, but I think this time I'm going to be different. I'm going to make a lot of noise for you guys, apparently. Michael Castle, that's hilarious. I think I'm going to be different. Nah, let's do it the way they say to do. I was going to put the build plate on first. I think it's a little bit easier, but you never know. Really? They sold out? I'll double check, Nick. I'll refresh. I'm watching the page right now, but I didn't. Let's see. Let's go check it out. So the link is in the description below. I'm on the page currently, and they're not saying it's sold out. So, oh, you know what? I bet you. Duh, Nick, you're talking about the Core XY. Should have thought about that. Yeah, that's what as soon as it dawned on me. So yeah. But yeah, check it out. I know again they only had nice. I'm glad, Val. Thank you. I know they only had, as I said earlier in the stream, they only had 50 of them in Amazon. So I know they were waiting for another shipment, and hopefully this one went well. And I know Creality put it on their website today, and I know Creality 3D also has this on their Amazon page, but it is not this. It's not as discounted as this one is. So if you find it on the Creality Amazon page, it's not $349. It's actually a little more money than that. WFO Rider, can you tell anyone what the trade-off when you get a running, what the trade-off would be when running a 0.3 layer width on a 4mm nozzle and you get clean prints? I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say. If anyone else does, jump in, but I'm not sure. I don't think I understand what you're saying. Maybe it's because I'm not, I'm trying to build this at the same time and I need to take a little more time and read it. Yard work, old curmudgeon, have fun with that. My yard outside is very unhappy with me. I need to cut the grass really bad. It is wedding season, and when DJs have wedding season and they're busy, you don't have weekends, and that's what's getting me. Adam in 3D, are you an Amazon Prime member? Because when I logged in and I did not have my Amazon Prime signed in, it was also $3.99. But when I signed into my Amazon Prime, I got that little coupon. It says save an extra $50 when you apply this coupon. Hey, Jerry, how are you? Interesting, Nick. Do you see the coupon, though? Because you should show a $50 coupon. So I have it up on my page. I'll show you real quick. So when we go to the stream, this is the Ender 5 Pro from Lux and Watts. It says $3.99 here, but right here has this coupon, and if you click that, you can save $50. Dan sees. There we go. There we go. Now we're seeing some people see it. No. Probably not, Nick, but if you want one, let me know, and we might be able to work something out to get it for you. You live near me, I think. So if you do want one and you don't see that coupon for some weird reason, let me know. We can probably help you and get it. Yeah, Val got it for $349 and taxes. That's a stupid good deal for an Ender 5 with the silent board and everything else. Okay. So I'm just tightening these bolts in real quick. My new driver, I got that new little bit driver. I can only go so tight, and then the handle slips. That's what you get when you pay $449 or $489, I think. $489. Nice. Well, maybe you'll have it tomorrow then, Val. That would be sweet. I love when I order stuff and it comes like literally that day or the next day. So anybody else? Questions, comments? What do you think of this thing? I mean, again, we know it came with the metal extruder. It has the Capricorn tubing. It has what we're assuming to be the silent board when we looked at it. Again, when they hide the drivers like that, we only know when we turn it on, but we'll find out in a minute. They said Friday. It might be because it's bigger. Mine was weird too. It actually was 3 days instead of 2 days with Prime because it was bigger. Thanks, Jake. Let's see. I'll pop that up on the screen for WFO Rider here. So hopefully that helps you. It's okay, Val. Yeah, the build itself, if I wasn't talking like this, it might be 10, 15 minutes tops. I mean, especially if you've done a couple, they're super fast. All right, so next thing is the hotbed. And that one uses different screws. M4 by 10s, not M5 by 25s. Now these in this bag, the little spring or the lock washer, spring washers, whatever you want to call them, were not on the bolts like the last bag. But that's okay. I'll take a minute and put them on there. I just like that. I mean, they took the time in the last bag to actually put them all on. And they may have been on this one, but they came off because this bag was a lot looser than the other one. It's the little things we look for, right? So I'm working on, we're going to find a time and we're going to do a show with a community showcase, and it's going to be on Australian time. So we're going to find a time that works, and we're going to do a show with some folks on that side of the world and have a little fun with that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pumped. So these are all the same, and they gave us what do we got here? 8 of them, and I don't think we use them again. Maybe we do, because I think there's actually 8 holes here. 1, 2, 3. There is. So if I have enough, I'm gonna use them on there. Let's see what I got here. Just switching the bit out here. All right, Bernie. Let's see. Yeah, this is true, Jerry. That is true. I really hope not, Bernie. I remember that. Yes, Corey Mack, I'm in the same boat with you. Or I find room. I need to find more room. Nice. So anybody out there going to IRF? IRF is this weekend. Is there anyone out there shooting over to IRF? Hobby Howie, I'm not sure yet. He asked me what the first print is going to be on the Ender 5 Pro. You know, I'm not sure. It's a good question. A 2-story garage would be awesome, especially if it was all shop. No, I don't think the 115 board works on the Ender 5 Plus because I believe it has a different board. I'm not sure if Michael is in here still or not, but I believe he could tell us because I think he has one. Oh, wait, does he have an Ender 5 Plus? Maybe it was the Max I'm thinking of. But I'm pretty sure the Ender 5 Plus uses a different board. So I'm going to go out on a limb and put 2 extra bolts in the bed here. And if I need them later, I'll take them back off. That's what I thought. It's the 2.2 board. I don't have one of those. I would love one of those. Then I really would need some more space, but I don't have one currently, and I couldn't remember. I thought it was a different board. But doesn't the Doesn't the Ender 5 Plus already have the silent board, or no? That's right, the touchscreen. Tony's on it. Thanks, Tony. We got to get a date together, Tony, to play with some toys. I know we talked about later this month. We'll get on that. I'm in. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, so the build plate is on now, and you can see there. Hoping when I heat this thing up for the first time, the magnet will glue better. Yeah, the CR10S, it made a big difference, you said. So I believe I was allowed to buy one more printer. And I'm not going to have it for a couple weeks, I don't think, because I don't have time to go pick it up. But I did pick up a CR10S, or I'm sorry, a CR10 V2, the new V2. So that'll be cool. Yeah, the dual geared extruder, they have it for sale. Here, I'll show you. I wish that would have been really cool if they would have put it on here. Oop, there we go. So if you go to the Creality website, which is creality3dofficial.com, and you go over here to accessories and just hit, you can hit all or more, it doesn't matter. There we go. They sell this one right here, but you're right, it is for the CR10S Pro. I swear I saw one for all of them. Interesting. Nope. So the next question would be, is it the standard size? And could you just put it on here? Chris that is true story, Chris. See, I'm wondering if you couldn't use this on an Ender 5 or Ender 3 anyway. It's the same size, and it's dual geared. I don't know. Now it might have to be something we test. So Chris Sculata. So last, I don't know, was it last weekend? Or 2 weekends ago, when Creality did the next thing to do, just so you know, is put the spool holder on. Creality did a discount on those V2, the CR10 V2s, and they did like a crazy discount where the first 10 people get them for $2.99. And while I missed that because I was asking the wife to make sure she was cool with me spending $2.99, because I thought that was a heck of a deal, by the way. I missed the deal, but a friend of mine got it, and he already had one, so he just bought this as a second one because of the deal. So he's actually selling it to me. My wife is cool with it, but she gets the equivalent money to go do whatever she wants with. So that's cool. Hey Jerry, hey Sergio, we'll see you on Saturday. Yeah, for sure. Find me. I will be there. You can't miss my hair, right? This is Australian time. I'm watching. Well, thank you. Yeah, Chris, you're right. So I'm just dropping the filament holder on here. So that's right here. Normally, the first thing I do is grab a roll of filament and just make sure we're not going to be hitting the ground. I just don't know if I have any close enough because I packed it all up to move. Here we go. I do. And my other Ender 5 is printing right over here, and I don't think you guys can hear it at all. I can barely. The only thing I can hear is the fans with that board. Now, I will say this. I really do like the Creality 115 board for what it is and for the price that it is. But I also Really love the TH3D silent board. That thing is built so good. So that's perfect. That's going to work. So when you test this, make sure you can get your fingers under here. I say that because if you can't get your fingers under here, you might be too close. If this thing starts spinning, you got, something close to it, it might catch and you might have print issues. So something to think about. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I know. They give away 5 CR10 V2s. I was jealous. I should have submitted a story, but I didn't even submit a story, so I can't win if I don't try, right? Yeah. I wish, Jake. That would be amazing. Maybe when I get a little bigger, that'll be more prevalent, but right now, not so much. Speaking of that, if you're here and you're watching and you're seeing the Ender 5 Pro that I've been throwing all over social media, I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. That would be awesome. I got videos coming for the Ender 5. We have a whole bunch of videos on the Ender 3 and a bunch of other stuff, along with a show called the Community Showcase on Monday nights. Nick, have a great one. On Monday nights at 6 p.m. Central. But I'd love to have you as a subscriber. When I hit 5,000 subscribers, we are going to give a printer away. The printer we're going to give away is a TiVo Tarantula Pro. Pretty nice printer. I have one that's sitting right over there. I wish, Jake. I wish. So the next thing we need to do is put on the extruder. So what's funny is on the old instructions, I believe it told you to do like 80 millimeters from the top. But that's not on these instructions right now. And there is a picture that I can't read, but yeah, so it wants me to put on the metal extruder. That's what it looks like. It does have a metal plate right here, and I think that's nice. It'll be more stable over time, so that's good. So that's what I'm going to do next. I haven't checked the belts yet. We'll find out in a minute. They feel tight, though, when I play with them here. A little twang. Yeah, they're pretty good. My preference on the spool holder for now, yes, because that's what they tell me to do. On my other 2 Ender 5s, I kept it there as well. So far, okay. If I was going to do direct drive, I'd try to move the spool. The hard thing is you can't move it up top because everything, slides on the top. But yeah, I like the spool there. Why not? If you have another place, let me know. I might try it. Oh, a bit higher? Okay. Dr. Jekyll, how you doing? That is okay. This is not the Plus. So this is a 5 Pro. It is different than the Plus. The Plus is much larger than this. This is the same size as an Ender 5, but what makes it the Pro is it has the metal extruder that we're about to install right here. It comes with Capricorn tubing, which you can kind of see the blue, maybe. I don't know if it's going to actually focus on there, but I promise there's blue Capricorn tubing there. And we pulled the case open, and it does look like it has the 115 silent board. So that's what makes it the Pro. I mean, you can't get. Maybe list in the chat what else you do to this thing to make it a Pro. Because if you look at the Ender 3, they did the extruder. They did a magnetic bed because that wasn't standard on the regular Ender 3. They did the 2040 extrusion in the front and the Meanwell power supply. So in this case, it has the equivalent of a Meanwell power supply, but it's the Gandy. What the heck is it called? Gandy, right? No, that's not right. Anyways, the knockoff Meanwell. It is the same power as the Meanwell, they claim. And this already has the metal or magnetic. Geez, if I could talk today, that'd be great. It already has the magnetic bed. So this adds Capricorn and a metal extruder and a better board, which the Ender 3 Pro never got. So I think, you know, that's pretty cool. I think if the Ender 3 Pro came with the board, that'd be even better. But I think this is going to be a better machine than that. I believe the board, the 115 board, is quiet enough where you definitely don't need dampers. I have one running right over here and you can't hear it. You're right, WFO Rider. Nice. Very cool. The Pro does not come with filament sensor or auto bed level. This one doesn't. But neither did the Ender 3 Pro. Put a light on yours. That's cool. I'm going to check that out. I do have a couple lights from printer mods I need to get on my Ender 3. I'd love to put them on this. That'd be really cool. Yeah, Jake, I think I agree to some point with that, Jake. But then you're boosting the price so much more to do that. It's kind of a different printer. But you said you would make it a completely different line. So I think why they call it Pro is just because they give you the upgraded parts, you know. So I'm going to put this on. And like I said, the instructions are not telling me to do it like 80 millimeters from the top. And I don't know if that's something they just changed or they, you know, they decided they don't need to do that anymore. But I am going to put it in approximately the same place anyway. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's true with the Meanwhile clones. Tony says, linear rails. Oh, that's funny, Tony. If I was you, I would be just dying not to put those things on right now. But I think you've been traveling a lot, so I get it. What else do we need to do? We need to do the screen. Let's check out the screen. I've seen people put the spool holder 90 degrees rotated on the inside rails. Oh, that's kind of a cool thing. Let's see, a greenhorn. The only upgrades are the board and the extruder. The board and the extruder and the Capricorn tubing. They did not give us that crappy white PTFE tubing that comes on most of them. They give us this blue Capricorn tubing. Waiting for me and traveling. Oh man, the pressure. So this, the standard display has the T-nuts already on it, which is kind of cool. They're doing that, you know, from the factory. Again, the other two I got were returns, so I don't know if that was a thing before or not. But I think that's cool that they take the time to do that. They just don't say, here's the directions, put your T-nuts on. There you go. You know what would be cool for Creality, for any of their stuff, is to give you a base printer and maybe allow you to pick the parts you want to go with it and then give you like a package deal or something. That'd be kind of cool too. But I really do. I like this so far. You know, I haven't printed with this. I'm assuming it's going to be awesome anyway. But I really like this kit for $349. I'm going to sound like an infomercial, but for $349, I don't think you could get a better deal right now. I mean, if you can use my link down there, go to Amazon. It is an affiliate link, so I get like 1% of a sale if you do buy one. But if you use the affiliate link, you go down to Amazon, you buy this. If you're a Prime member, we're seeing it for $349, which is a heck of a deal. Dr. Jekyll, TH3D unified software will work with this. Matter of fact, I probably will do that very quickly. These boards already have, well, at least the other one I did already had the bootloader on it. So it's super easy. You just plug it into the computer, push your firmware, and call it a day. So anyways, this is the part that a lot of people wait for. Here you go. Oh, yeah. You gotta love taking that off there, right? And this is super tight. Class. There you go. So these T-nuts actually, it was really cool that they came on, but they are super tight on the naturally. And I did grab the bit. They're definitely they're like whoever put this on must have been the Hulk. Because they are super tight. ShamWow guy. I love it. Oh man, the good old ShamWow. The cover for the board. Let's see. The LCD cover is. Oh, no cover for the board. Let's see here. Oh, back here? No. I think that's what you're saying. Hey Tim, how you doing? I see you changed your little thumbnail, your emoji guy. That's cool. WFO Rider, you're not Tim. I'm just playing. I think that was a typo. The ShamWow guy. I don't know if he might have passed away. I think one of those. I know one of those guys did. But there is no cover. That's usually one of the first things I print for these because I grab it and that happens. Awesome, Tim. New logo for the personal channel. So when you put the LCD on these, it goes all the way to the bottom. It actually covers that bare extrusion. And my last video when I put it on there, I didn't put it all the way to the bottom because we only had, if you remember, it was a return. I only had one nut and T-nut. I have since fixed that, but Tim, are you excited for IRF? I'm super pumped to see you guys at IRF. There we go. Well, then I'm definitely not the ShamWow guy. I'm going to go with that. I don't want to be that guy. Yes, be careful with voice texting at 70 miles an hour. Okay. So LCD's on and in the front. And what I mean by when you put this together, it's on right here. And you put it all the way down to the bottom here. That way, anyways, that way it goes all the way to the bottom. It covers this extrusion. So make sure that's all the way down there. So that's nice. Kind of looks not straight though. What did I do? No, probably because I didn't put it on straight. Tim, I am super sad as well. So you're not bringing an alpha, but you're going to bring a souped up Ender 3, right? I hope. I'm super excited. I might have to. Oh, nice. I might have to try to still get my hands on an alpha to say I'm one of, less than 20 or whatever out there in the wild. You said you flew your drone, the Flex Seal guy. Yeah, you flew your drone a few times a day, didn't break anything. That's awesome. Nice. No, it would not be 247 Hinky. It would definitely not be cheaper to build this from the bottom up. Mostly because Creality can buy everything at very low cost because they buy so much of it. And if you sourced it locally or wherever, it would be way more expensive to do that, I believe. Couple of Ender 3s here. Yeah, you have a couple for sure. Ooh, the V2 CR10. Speaking of a V2 CR10, speaking of a V2 CR10, I'll have to get with you on that. A build list for the drone. That'd be cool. I'd love to see that. And you have a few alphas next week, but that's all. That is very sad. All right, what's next here? Cabling. This is the best part, right? So, these pictures are actually really good. In this manual, they actually show you X or Y, Z, Y, E. They actually do a really good job in showing you that. I can officially tell you they still have not, I'll turn this around here. They have not listened yet on the strain relief for this bed. That's a big thing, and they really should do that. Man, so that's another thing I'll print right away. Yes, Randy, I have not myself taken the time to find a really good way to cable everything. I need to do that on my other two machines as well. It is just one of those things that I have not taken the time to do, and I should. So I'm just going to start putting these wires in. Just so you know, the fan wires do say fun 1 and 2. Nice. Nice. Yes. The last stream I did on this, someone gave me a really good link for the fan, or I'm sorry, for the strain relief, and it was a good one. I liked it. There's actually a couple of them out there. One that uses a screw, and one that doesn't. One that just bolts on. So depending on what you prefer, there's a couple of them out there. So I'm going to bring this down. So while we're this deep, like we already have talked about a few times, we do have the metal extruder with the metal plate to mount it, which is nice. We have the Capricorn tubing, which is nice from the factory. You can always change it out for the TH3D tough tubing. You can do that if you want. It does have the Creality 115 board in here, so it should be the silent board. We will know 100% when we fire this thing up, but it looked just like the one we used the other day, and all for a price of $349 right now. If you click on that link in the description below and go towards Amazon, if you're a Prime member, you should see it for $399, and then there'll be a $50 discount. So, you know, for that price, it's actually a pretty dang good deal. Hey, Aaron, what's up? Aaron's in the house. Randy Hightower. Let's see. Just about every build video I've seen for the E5 has taught me that yes, double check your cables. That is true. Thank you, 3D Jimmy. Please hit that like button. I don't know how many I got, but hit it. AA Ron's in the house. Who are you talking to, AA Ron? Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel and you're here from any of the social media, please hit that subscribe button. We're giving a printer away when we hit 5,000. We're giving a printer away, which will be awesome. Everybody's saying hi to AA Ron. Aaron, you're going to be at Earth this weekend, right? I think I saw that, because we're staying in the same hotel, and that is probably dangerous. Of course, that means I have to be coherent Saturday night, and we'll see what happens, because I'm literally going to probably have about 4 hours of sleep, because I have that wedding Friday night before I have to get up and fly. I'm not sure if Michael from Teaching Tech is still in. Hey, Michael, if you are still in the chat, so I think someone had a question for you. Tim says Aaron is coming. Sweet. Anybody else going to Earth? We will be there, and it's going to be glorious. So I tell you, so far this thing is, you know, a standard Ender 5 with all the cool upgrades. One thing that I was talking to, backwards. One thing that someone on social, I think on Facebook, told me was that, you know, they would like to. Michael said he's on the other side of the room, but he's listening. Well, thanks for typing from the other side of the room, and thank you for still being here. I know you're working on a laser, so we don't want to bother you too much. But somebody had a question. If you guys ask that question again, I'll read it out loud. That way he can hear it. I know he's working on a laser. I do not like how that runs. Blasto, you should come. We flew out of Milwaukee, Blasto, and it wasn't terrible for the two of us round trip. It was about $600, right under $600. Extension arms, okay. I missed the question too because I didn't go back far enough, but you said you 3D printed some extension arms. Nice. Hoping you can get to Murph next year. Do it. Murph is a blast. And now that they got the bigger space, it'll even be better. Maybe we can band together and get Michael out here for Murph. That would be phenomenal. I'm not sure. I know you're a teacher. He's a teacher. He's listening, right? So I'm not sure you could get the time off though. The Ender 5 bed support. Yeah. Aaron said at Teaching Tech, just be prepared for me to ask for an autograph. Oh man, do I need to play the Joel video, Aaron? I know if Tim's in the chat, he'll respond yes right away. Minnesota Makers in the house. How you doing? We have not released the Joel video, which is okay for Aaron. Yes, overseas travels is an issue. I get it. All right, Z, where are you? Down there. All right, so we go down here now. I don't know if you guys have seen, but Michael on the Teaching Tech channel built a really awesome enclosure based all around the Ender 5. If you have not seen that video, definitely check that out. The enclosure is super cool. I'm working on the one in my garage, which is a full enclosed cabinet that'll house many printers. But his idea for that enclosure was awesome. You know what? This might not be right. Why? Yeah, that's right. That's right. We got one more. We're almost there. I'm really impressed so far with how they did everything. The other two, again, were returns that I got, and while they were luckily whole, unfortunately, I didn't see the original packaging, Here we go. Michael says he's embarrassed. He'd be embarrassed if you asked him for an autograph, Aaron. I won't play the Joel video. Aaron was very excited when he met Joel telling at Murph, and it was awesome. And I gave him $1 to get a sticker. Nice. Yeah, the Prusa Slicer video was great. Robert Lopez, I have one in here for my Ender 3, an IKEA lac table. Aaron says he cried when he met Joel Telling. I wasn't going to go there, but you did. So you did, yes. Nice. I love it. So I believe we got everything plugged in and good. All we have to do is just make sure we're good. And I'm going to go back and recable manage. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody has any of the other Creality printers out there, you guys would know this over me probably. But the ribbon cable for the display, this is the first time I've seen a rainbow colored ribbon cable. Not that it matters. It's different. I'm not used to it. All right. And again, if you guys had not seen anybody in the chat, if you know they have a channel or you see their name over there and you haven't been to their channel, go check them out. There's so many good people on YouTube right now that, there's plenty of us to go through and support everybody, and especially TH3D's channel. Aaron and Tim are on right now. We have Michael Laws from Teaching Tech in the house, and he has just an amazing channel. I'm super excited that he's started to pick up the base that he really deserves. For a long time there, I think his channel deserved a lot more subscribers than we were seeing. And if it's true, like any of our channels, about 70% or 80% of people don't subscribe; they just watch. And so I'm really glad that he's getting up there now, and it's awesome because his channel is phenomenal. If you have not seen the Ender 5 enclosure that he did, or any of his videos really, but the Ender 5 enclosures is awesome. And I believe the newest video, the K40 video, that was another great one. Oh, your second Ender had a ribbon or a rainbow cable. Okay, cool. Well, maybe that's a thing. Someone's singing somewhere over the rainbow. Bob had to run back to the store. Oh, he had to run to the store. He's back. 3D printing Texan. Did the past line come through? I'm not sure what that means, Tim. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll, you're absolutely correct. Those videos are very informative. They're biased. They're honest, and that's why we all stand behind Michael, especially when things happen with lasers that we won't go into. Hit that like button if you didn't. Thank you, Gandor. I appreciate that. Someone's printing a dual Z mod for an Ender 5. Interesting. It should be, you know what? It should be identical for this Pro version, because the Pro version is the same thing with some upgraded parts. There you go. Nice. Yeah, the community around us is just absolutely phenomenal. The 3D printing community in general has been awesome. So, moment of truth. Let's plug this thing in. Let's see if we got power. Let's see if we have silent. There we go. So let's get this thing plugged in. Let's see if we got power. Let's see if we have silent steppers. The stuff that it advertises. Yeah, I need to talk to him about that, John. You are absolutely correct. The Lux and Watts page does say that, but he says, hurry before Tim sees and wants $100 off. Funny. Good morning from the Philippines. Ben E. Brady's late. What's the difference between the Ender 5 and the Ender 5 Pro? So far, Ben, it is a very nice, clean machine. The difference currently is that this particular one, the Ender 5 Pro, has a aluminum. Oh, it's a metal. There we go. It has the metal extruder here. It has we're assuming, we haven't powered it up yet, but we're assuming the silent 115 board from Creality. We did take the cover off early in the video to make sure it was there. And also it has blue Capricorn tubing. All for $349. If you check out the Amazon link in my description, they have a $50 discount on it right now. And I think, man, that's a phenomenal price for an Ender 5. So before I go any further, I do need to push my tubing down into the extruder. Let's not forget that part. Yes, we checked the voltage earlier in the video, and I have it set properly now. So here we go. Power supply is not. It's the I keep saying that weird. It is that Landy power supply. Basically, Landy is we'll call it a knockoff. It's a knockoff of Meanwell. Even uses the same part number as we talked about earlier in the stream. So that is kind of confusing. So let's fire this thing up. And let's turn on the switch. That'd be good, huh? So we fired up. I don't see any smoke yet, so that's good. John Strand, you're probably about right there. Yep. So I don't see any smoke. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to turn this towards me so I can see the screen a little better. But let's just make sure all the axes move and that the end stops are working. Well, that one was fun, huh? Let's just check it. So that one works. So we'll do an auto home here. There we go. And we'll watch that so the nozzle does not hit the bed. That's a very important important thing. So now I'm going to need some more stuff from TH3D. I need currently 1, 2, 3. I need three flex plates for this size printer. For this one, another Ender 5, and that TiVo Tarantula Pro. And I need 3 easy mats. So I'll have to get my order in there. I put my spare CR10S board in my Ender 5 to support the BL Touch and filament runout. Interesting. I believe you could probably do both of those on this board, but I'm not 100% sure. I know you can do BL Touch for sure, and I think you could still do a filament runout. Nice. We didn't bottom out. I'm looking at the nozzle. We're a little bit above, which is great. So, yeah, all the knobs are where they are. So I'll go through the my usual bed leveling. What you see in my videos is what I practice, and so I'll go through my normal bed leveling routine. Nice. Tim, thank you for doing that. So anyways, any questions? I know we had some people come late. I know we had some people start early. I really appreciate that. I don't want to make this a crazy long stream. I can do a level and start a print, but I don't think we need to sit here and watch it all night. It's an Ender 5 at the end of the day. Yeah, the LCD cover 100% is going to be printed very quickly. At the end of the day, though, this is an Ender 5 with some really good upgrades. I mean, most of us put the metal extruder on because the plastic one gets worn out. Most of us upgrade our PTFE tubing to much better stuff than that white stuff that the factory Crealities come with. And lately, the big trend. Let me just fix that slack there. There we go. And lately, the big trend is to put the silent boards in. And, if you're not going to go buy the TH3D board, which I highly suggest, not because Tim's in the chat, but because that board is amazing. You can do any of your ABLs. You can do your filament runouts. It's 32-bit. It's amazing. But if you don't have the money to do that, this isn't a terrible board. I would suggest checking out the TH3D video on the the boards burning up, because that was kind of a fun video. Yeah, you have to use a 27-pin board. You're right. Yeah, I would definitely use a 27-pin board if I'm going to do a BL Touch or something on this. And let's see. Actually, if you check out Michael Law's teaching text video, he can walk you right through that. That's how I did my first BL Touch. I followed his video, and that's why I did my first BL Touch, because I thought it was awesome. And yeah, it could be a foot, or let's see. It's not wobbling right now. It could be a foot. I'll check all the feet and make sure they're tight. You're right. The PCB copper. Tim, that's a very good point. And I think if that happens, I'll have to buy a new one. Hopefully it doesn't happen anytime soon. Yeah, check out the Easy Out. It's cheaper than a 27 pin. I think it's $5 and it's back in Tim's shop, which is awesome. Yeah, Robert, do it. That board is amazing. So, I don't want to get too far off base. What I really like, again, the literature came Ender 5 Pro. I can officially tell you it is a real printer. I know I've been talking and pushing this printer for a couple days on social media, and I had a lot of comments basically saying this isn't, it's not a thing. This isn't a real printer, or maybe even, maybe even that it's a reseller just looking to add parts and sell it like that. And I can tell you, it came in a Creality box. The box did not say Ender 5 Pro on it, but that is what we got. So if you do order one and it doesn't say Ender 5 Pro when you get it, just be warned. And so far it's great. It homed okay. I'm gonna do a quick bed leveling here. Tyler, you're right. Actually, Tyler, that's what always happens. The pictures make it look bigger than it is. But in this case, it's standard Ender 5 size. Let's see. I'm going to get us a little closer. So in this case, it's standard Ender 5 size with right around $70 to $80 worth of upgrades in it, depending on where you buy the stuff and all that stuff. Basically, the cool thing is, let's see, where is this? The cool thing about this is, oh, you know what? The firmware, I didn't notice this till right now. The firmware actually says Ender 5 Pro on it as well. That's kind of cool. Just so, So they spent some time on it. Disable that. Just going to raise this up just a little bit. Yeah, let's see if that helps us. That would be cool if they did that. If they moved the Z motor to the outside, they definitely could have made the bed bigger. You're right on that. But listen how quiet this thing is. I mean, my mic is right here, and you can't hear it homing. It's still not close enough. So what I'm trying to do is adjust, get my bed up a little higher, but there's a little set screw in the back that I'm raising. And when you raise that, it allows you to come closer. There we go. Let's see if that works. As long as we don't get too close and hit, right? Yeah, we're closer. So before we... wrong button. There we go. So I don't want to keep us all night. I think Tim would be a great person to do that stream. I would definitely ask him about it. Jake from State Farm. What is the Ender 5 Plus for? The Ender 5 Plus is much larger. It is it's the similar frame and similar, you know, how it works, but the Ender 5 Plus is much larger. There we go. Now we're closer. So anyways, yeah, I don't want to keep us too late. I'm going to get a print going on this thing. You know, we all don't need to hang out and watch it print. I'll get it leveled and I'll probably change the firmware on it. It supposedly has thermal runaway. So that will be good. So we'll get this thing leveled. We'll get a print going on it, and I'll let everybody know how it goes. Maybe I'll throw some stuff. Heat break, huh? Is that tonight, Aaron? I'm hoping not, because I can't. I don't think I can join if it's tonight. I got so much to get done before Earth, and I have a wedding on Friday night, so I got to get that prepared as well. It can be if you want an alpha. Oh man, ouch, ouch. So basically, I'm just, you know, standard leveling this. I know we're a very exciting video right now. Any last questions before we fire down the stream? I don't want to miss any. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. Come on. Interesting. Yeah, for sure. As I'm playing with this, not reading everybody. That is funny, Aaron. True story. Tim, yes. Check out TH3D. They are getting rid of some printers they have. They are brand new. They will be QC'd. And he's blown them out at a really good price. They do come with a dual Z kit. I don't think the dual Z kit has instructions, if I remember right. But I'm sure it's not too bad to do if you want one. But check it out. I'll do some links on social media about that sale too, just so everybody else sees it. Interesting on this thing. There we go. That's much better. You gotta love bed leveling like this. Tim's probably like, what the heck? That is a good question. 247 Hinky asks if there's any touchscreens on the market that are easy to install on Marlin 2.0. Maybe someone in the chat has the answer for that. I don't know because I have not looked into them. I do know that this thing is a phenomenal price at $349 right now on Amazon if you use the link in the description. A little more if you get it from my Creality link. It's like $379. Either way, I think it's actually a pretty good deal for what you get. It's actually a pretty good deal. Tim loves touchscreens. He'll know all about the touchscreens. Oh, interesting. So while I was doing that, my the access just dropped, and I never told it to drop. So that is weird. Let's see what happens here. No touchscreens. So Michael says the new Big Tree ones are. They say plug and play. Nice. They can switch back and forth and touch between touch and standard LCD by holding the click wheel. That is super cool. Might I dare ask if we might see a video on that sometime soon? That's really cool. So it's Big Tree Tech, can flip between the TFT and the touch. All right. I'm getting texts. I hear vibrating. My niece, that was my sister. She said my niece was watching, and she was watching the live stream and trying to talk to me through the phone. So that's super cute. So I believe we got this thing leveled up. Do you guys want me to? Do you want to see me start a? Do you want to see me start a print, or should I call it a day and I'll post some prints on, the social media? Nice. No spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts here, Teaching Tech, but that is awesome. For sure. You always do an awesome job of testing and making sure things work and playing with it and giving us fixes if they don't work. That is a huge thing, and we definitely appreciate that. Not only that, but you're very thorough with everything. You look at the stuff that you had come up recently. You were very thorough. You reached out and gave them plenty of chances, and I think you did a great job on that too. Just like pretty much every video, if you don't figure it out, you tell us how to figure it out or what we need to do, which is super awesome. Yes, CD. The Ender 5 has a ton of printable upgrades, an absolute ton of them. So, yeah, someone says start one. Why not? All right, I'll start. I will start one. But first, let me just make sure I got these bottom ones tight, just in case. Because I didn't. So far, if you just joined us or you came a little late, this is essentially a standard Ender 5 with the metal extruder, with Capricorn tubing, and with the Creality Silent 115 board. And that is an awesome deal for for $349 on Amazon right now. That is a super good deal. I mean, I definitely would recommend that printer just because I printed with my other two. I think pretty much everybody with an Ender 5, almost everybody with an Ender 5 would recommend an Ender 5. Just they're super nice. They print good. They're reliable. There we go. How's the laser coming? I'm stuck on that laser. That video is cool, and I need one now. It uses the 2208 stepper motors. If Tim's still in the chat, I'm very proud that I just said 2208 without calling them 22 something else. I can't remember how many times we redid that scene when I said they came with 2208 drivers. So I'm just grabbing some filament here just to grab a first print. And this will work. So one of the first things I am going to do after I get this thing up and moving, I'm going to get an LCD screen coming. The other big thing to do is you always want to do that strain relief. That is ruthless on this printer. They should add that. They should be adding that on this printer. But anyways, I that's another thing I want to do. But I got some brand new coax filament, and the brand new coax filament is a TPE with a shore hardness of 60, I believe. And I just realized we never heated this thing up. It's time to do that. That's where we're going to have fun, if there's any fun, right? But yeah, shore hardness of like 60. And it is brand new. It's not released yet from coax, but I am allowed to talk about it a little bit. They're going to come up with some flexible. They'll come out with some flexible soon. So I'm going to be doing some testing with that filament for them. The stuff I got right now is a natural color. It's like not necessarily clear, but it's a natural color. So we're going to be working with that from coax filament. So let's see if we got some heat. Friday night is the pre-party. I wish I was going to be there, man. I wish I was going to be there. We'll be there Saturday morning, though. Sure, I'll use pink filament. I got pink filament right over there. No blue smoke. We're expediting the package, so hopefully we'll look snazzy. Nice. Are those? Am I going to pick those up from you guys at TH3D when I get to Earth, or are you guys sending it here? Yeah, Saturday night is the they have a meetup at Printed Solid. We talked about it last night on the stream. On the community showcase, we had a bunch of people on. So I do have temp on the bed, and I do have temp on the nozzle. So that's cool. Hey, Michael Castle, have a great night. Thank you. Nice. I'll get it from you at Earth. I'm excited to get those. I told Lindsay she'll be excited for hers as well. Heat it up and pull the hot end plug. We could do that. Check out Thermal Runaway. They claimed it was on. They did claim it was on. So let me spin this bad boy around. And that would be that one. All right. So we're at 209 currently. And we're going to check thermal runaway right now. I pulled the plug. It says 211 currently. Now it's dropping like a rock. 207, 206. I don't see anything yet. But let me check something here. Maybe if I pulled the right one, that'd be good. There we go. Oh, perfect. Now that I pulled the actual thermistor here, it says error min temp, printer halted, please reset. So it failed right away. I'll shut that off. So it is on. Thermal runaway is on, which is awesome. It literally within a second of me pulling the plug, it kicked on. So I'm glad to see that. Yeah, I saw that. Thanks, Tim. Pull the heat power. So I pulled the thermistor and what else here? The nozzle heat. Not a good test. The red wires. All right, I'll tell it to heat again. Let's try this again. Heat up. So you want me to pull the red wires, correct? The one that says nozzle heat on them. Amen. Thanks to Teaching Tech, a lot of us are a lot further along. All right. Nozzle's heating up again. Let's do this another way. There's always a way to learn, so let's learn it. Pull the red wires and try to heat. Okay, let's do it. Red wires pulled, see? Trying to heat now. Now we wait. Sounds good. So we know it's immediate if the thermistor gets unplugged, but you're saying this is a better test because since the wires are pulled and I try to tell it to heat and it doesn't get anything, it should tell us that thermal runaway is on, right? Is that what you're saying? I got nothing yet. It's also give it like 1 minute. All right. We're at 109 on, there we go. It just went right now. Printing halted, please reset. Heating failed. So that's a better test, and it worked, right? It passed. Good to see that is on in the firmware. And you learn something new every day. Pull the red wires. Tyler says, damn. I'm sure that's the accent and everything he used. He said, damn. Yeah, the XT60 connector is still there. Right down here. In the middle of all this garbage, but cool. Well, it is officially heating. We tested thermal runaway. Thermal runaway is on, which is great. Yep, the XT60 connectors are still used. They didn't look like I can't tell by visually looking at them, right? Really, but I can tell you they did not look like the cheap ones I swapped out on my Ender 3. So what I'm going to do now is heat this bad boy up again. I'm going to start a print that I know works on my other 2 Ender 5s just for the heck of it, and we're going to get going. Robert Lopez, have a great night. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. I know we've been on here for how long? We've been here a little over 2 hours, and we got a lot done. We talked about a lot. If anybody has any last minute questions, shoot them out there because I'm only going to stick around for another few minutes here. I need to shoot a video still. I need to start packing for Earth and get all the equipment ready to go there. And my wife is home, and I think she said she's making dinner now. So thank you. And if you're new to the channel, I really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. Once I get to 5,000, we are going to give away a printer. It's going to be the TiVo Tarantula Pro. It's a very nice printer. I have it right over there. Prints pretty good right out of the box. Some things you'll find in a video that I'm going to release. I have a build video, and it's going to be coming out here in the next couple days. And there's some things I tweaked. It has glass with a TH3D Easy Mat on it now, that kind of thing. But feel free to hit that subscribe button. You want to see more, give us the likes. And if you want to see more, hit that bell when you do it. We have a lot of fun, and we can't be here without you guys, and that's all that matters is hanging out with you guys, talking to the community, and having a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a great printer, Matthew. The other 2 I have, I can't say this particular one is awesome, right? Because I not even printed with it yet. But I have 2 other Ender 5s that I absolutely love, and they work so good. The Ender 5 instead of the Ender 3, what makes it more expensive? Well, as you can see here, the Ender 5, quick update. We just jumped over 4,400 subscribers. Thank you, guys. Awesome. It just flashed on my screen here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. When I went to Murph in whatever it was, March or April, I had barely 500 subscribers, and to be at 4,400 now, just a few months later has been awesome, and it's because of you guys. So thank you so much. Yes, Patrick's Workshop, and I was answering that question as well. I believe this is totally my opinion here. I love the Ender 3. It was my first machine, luckily. I have one over here that probably has more parts from TH3D on it than the machine is worth, but it ran great straight from the box, and it still runs great. I have another one over here that's almost bone stock. It only has a BL Touch, and I upgraded the PTFE tubing, and that thing runs so good. And the difference is this Ender 5 comes as a cube, right? So it's so much faster to build. The build on an Ender 3 is about 45 minutes to an hour. If you haven't done it before, maybe a little longer. The build on this, if you haven't done it before, it might take you 20 minutes. It's really fast. It's solid. It's hard to get these out of square because the cube shaped. Benny Brady says the Ender 5 is his go-to printer. Tyler West, let's do it. Let's push it over 5K this weekend. Let me grab this real quick here. It's buried. I lied. But as far as out of the box, if you can afford the little bit extra money to do an Ender 5, I would start with an Ender 5 all day. Later, thanks for coming. I appreciate you guys coming on. That was awesome. But I would start with an Ender 5 all day if you have the money to do it. If you don't and you want to get into something for, $165, $160, $180, up to $200 right around there for a regular base Ender 3, do it. It gets you into the hobby. It gets you into 3D printing world. And if that's all that you can afford, It is a very good printer. Good night, 247 Hinky. There is so many printable upgrades. There's so many bolt-on upgrades. TH3D, they're in the chat during the thing here. They have a ton of stuff for the Ender 3. They have a lot of stuff for the Ender 5. But in my opinion, if you didn't want to spend any more money than what the printer is and some filament, I would definitely check out the Ender 5 if you can afford it. If your budget's a little tighter, or if you want to buy extra stuff with the printer, check out the Ender 3 and pick up some stuff. But what I would tell you after doing this myself, I got super excited in the beginning. Even before my printer got here, I thought about upgrades. I started buying upgrades. And I would tell you not to do that. I would tell you to pick up your Ender 3 or your Ender 5. Print the printable upgrades that you can do. The LCD cover that protects the back of your screen. On the Ender 5, they make those braces that go right here, and they make a strain relief for the bed. But don't do anything mechanical. Learn your printer first. Give it a little bit of time, because once you do that, you'll understand how your printer works, what makes it print good, what doesn't. Then when you do your upgrades, do them one at a time. How I got into a mess was I upgraded a whole bunch of stuff at once, and I was brand new, and I had no idea what was making prints act weird. I didn't know what was causing certain things, and what was causing it is my fault. I didn't learn my printer first, and I started throwing all this stuff on it. And while it is awesome and it's cool, and we all love upgrades, that's why we're here. That's why we're makers and we're tinkerers, and we buy these cheaper Chinese machines so we can do that. But learn your printer first. Take some time, print with it for a while, and understand. John Strand says, get to know your slicer. Absolutely. Your slicer can make or break your printer as well. And there's so many good profiles to start with out there. But if you go in with really bad settings in your slicer, you're going to get really bad settings out of the printer. So, take your time, learn that stuff first, and then start upgrading. That's just my opinion. I think, there are other people that have that opinion. But there's some people that say upgrade it all right away and learn it as you go. And unfortunately, that's what I did, and it took longer for me to learn, I think. But that's okay. Yes. Make it quiet, then do upgrades. That's funny. This one's actually not too loud. I'm not sure how much sound you guys are getting from it, but it's not too bad. And Sean Butler has a great point. And expect it to fail. It's going to happen. It's going to happen more than once. Don't quit. Don't get frustrated. Just keep trying, because it does happen. Fails happen. We should start like a fail army for 3D printing, like a whole bunch of fail pictures or videos. That'd be funny. But that's just my 2 cents. Let me get this thing started. I just got to grab a SD card here. I just had to double check that printer and make sure it was still printing, because it is so quiet that I couldn't hear it. So something to remember also, on the Ender 5, your SD card, your micro SD card goes in upside down, because that board is sitting in there upside down. So I'm going to tell this thing to print. And we will cross our fingers. I'll just get something started, but I'm going to get going pretty quick here. And Ben, you have a great point right there. He said there's no failures. Every print is a learning experience. That is so true. You may have something like I had the other night halfway through a print. The stinking filament got tied up and stopped. And That stink. It sucks, but I won't ever do that again. Come on. I'm just waiting for a filament here. There we go. That's better. I can tell you it's printing now. I had to adjust. I had to adjust the bed height a little bit there, but it's going good now. Yeah, 57 hours into a 60-hour print, and it knocked the print off the bed and knocked the bed off the printer. Holy moly, Sean. Well, hopefully, well, it sounds like you're still in it, so that's good. That's good. Yes, that is absolutely true, John. The Ender 5 knobs are super easy to get to, which is awesome. Looks like I'll have to dial this one in a little better as far as bed leveling, but I'll do that on the next one. It's just a hair too close right now, I think. But anyways, guys, this thing is printing, and girls, this thing is printing. It's rocking and rolling. Tim, have a great night. Good luck on your drone, and we'll get some posts out tomorrow for the printers you want to get rid of. Yeah, I know a guy who could use an alpha before they go extinct. Maybe we can push that back up. Maybe we can get it. Anyways, you know, I said this already a bunch of times. It comes with the metal extruder. It came with the Capricorn tubing and the silent board, which is awesome. I mean, as you can hear, you don't hear any drivers, so it's really cool to have that board. And you know, if you have it in anywhere near a place that you're watching TV, sleeping, any of that stuff, which I don't suggest, but if you do, it's going to be a lot easier on the ears while you're doing it. So it does come with that. This is the Ender 5 Pro. It is available at Amazon, at Creality's website, and probably in the near future, it'll probably be available at other places too. But currently on Amazon from Lux and Watts, and I think Creality may have it too, and also on Creality's website. So it officially is an official printer on their website. People don't have to panic. Hey, have a great one. Well, thank you all. I appreciate the. You're going to call it a night. You said, have a great time at Earth. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming on. But again, I think I love the Ender 5. So if you add that stuff, it's stuff that I would have added anyway. This is true, Sean. That's what I just did with the printer right here. I was like, oh, I don't hear it. Oh, that's right, because it's silent. But you know, these are things that I would add. You know, I would add the better tubing. I'm going to add couplers. I highly suggest replacing these Bowden couplers or PTFE couplers with metal teeth, because these just release too often. But other than that, I would have done those things, and now they have it all ready for you in one package, and that package is cheaper than you can buy all the stuff separate. And why not do it? $349, I believe, is the price on that. Ben Brady, you're correct. It's weird to get used to, but anyways, I'm gonna get flying. Thank you guys so much, and gals, for coming out. I really appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. I am going to do a quick video on this just because a lot of people would rather see the 4 or 5 minute condensed version than the 2.5 hour talk version because I do talk a lot, as we know. Tyler, we will see you. Tyler, we'll see you Saturday, along with Aaron and Cody and everybody else, which is great. John OC, yes, there's a $50 coupon on Amazon. Go to the description of this video, click my link. It is an affiliate link, so I think Amazon gives me like 1% or something like that. And then if you go to that link and you're an Amazon Prime member, you'll see a $50 off coupon. Chris, thank you. I appreciate that. Ben, maybe they will. I think they should. That's one thing that I wish these things did have is the better couplers. They give you the little printed clips, but those don't even help sometimes. I just prefer to use better couplers and get it over with. The clips are great for those too, but thanks, John. I appreciate that. Don't forget, John Mack is going to be, let's see. Yeah, John likes the sound of the circle. John, we'll see you there. I'll have my, I'm not sure if I'll have them or not, but I got my hats right here. Thanks to John Mack. He's the man. And these hats look amazing. But thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going to throw another video probably out tomorrow, just the 5-minute condensed what is an Ender 5 Pro video. So check it out. Don't forget to watch. If you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button. Give me the thumbs up if you like the video. After we're done and posted, if you had any comments, throw them in the comments of the video. I always like to see. I try to reply to every comment that I see. So check that out. Tyler, you got to work with John Mack on that. He can probably hook you up with a hat. And then click that bell. And if you want to see the next great video and you get the notification when we go live, remember every Monday night, 6 p.m. Central, right here on the Edge of Tech, we have the Community Showcase show. And I can tell you, I don't know exactly when, but there's a special show coming up for with some friends over on the Australian side. So we're going to try to get that together this week, and one of which may be in the chat today, or could have been in the chat today. We won't give it away if I already didn't already. But anyways, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and all of the 3D printing channels out there. If you're not subscribed to anybody in the chat's channels, or Michael Laws from Teaching Tech was here. If you're not subscribed to him, check him out. C3D Groups on Facebook. Check those guys out. Tyler and Cody do a heck of a job with the groups there. Oh boy. Let's see. You should sell the hats, but you have 3 right there. That would be cool, John. That would be cool. Anyways, thank you. Check out everybody's pages. Hit that subscribe button. Let's spread the wealth for all the 3D printing community. We will see you guys next time. I probably will go live at some point this weekend at EARF. So stay tuned for that. I'll try to plan it and throw some notifications out. If not, just stay tuned. I'm trying to go live at EARF. Otherwise, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. And we will see you officially, I'm hoping, on Monday. As long as I get back into town, okay, we'll still have a community showcase on Monday. If not, I'll let everybody know via social media that we won't have a show. But I'm going to try for it. You guys have a great night. Later.